funky.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. So as you guys know, in this video I'm going to be answering questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram about my plastic surgery that I had recently. I think it's been like 3.5 weeks, almost a month. So yeah, it's almost been a month. That's crazy. But I also have tips and tricks and things that I've been noting down in my phone to share with you guys. Let's just get right into it, okay? So I had so many questions. I really didn't think I was gonna get that many questions on my Instagram, to be honest, but so many of them were exactly the same. Who was my doctor? How much did I pay? Why did I go to Mexico? What other doctors did I look into? The main questions were, who was my doctor and how much did I pay? So let's just get into it. I have like my notes here because I didn't want to miss anything and I just wanted it to be a little bit more organized. Let's just get right into what I did. So I got liposuction. In Mexico they call it liposcultura of my arms, back, obviously like abdominal area, my side handles, what are they called? My love handles, my waist, and I think that's it. Yeah, so literally just like all the upper area, and then I got fat transferred to my hips. I didn't get a BBL. I know a lot of people thought that, or maybe they didn't. A couple of people said like, oh, like who did you go to get your BBL? And I actually didn't get one. So everything just looks, it looks so much, like I feel like my butt just looks so much better and even like a little bit bigger now that my waist is smaller and my hips are bigger, and I'm just really happy, really happy with the results. So the name of the doctor that I went to, he's from Guadalajara. His name is Dr. Ivan Fragoso. He is a board certified plastic surgeon in Mexico. I feel like he does other surgeries like breast and obviously everything like facelifts, but I feel like, in my opinion, his specialty is the body. That's why I chose him. I wanted to choose someone that was like specialized, like the people that, most of the patients that he did surgery on were body patients, and I will link his name right here. I will also link to everything, all his info down below, so you guys can check out his Instagram, his website, and on there is like his WhatsApp, so you guys can talk to him. He is super sweet, very professional. There were some cons. I feel like he didn't check up on me that much after my surgery, which I feel like he could have, but he had his assistant check up. So I understand like he's a plastic surgeon, he's busy, he probably has like 4 girls a day, but he is really good at what he does. I'm very happy with my results, and you guys will see another pictures on his Instagram of the girls that he's done, and they look phenomenal. I got my surgery done at the Puerto de Hierro hospital in Guadalajara, and he also does surgery at Innovare in Guadalajara. Those are 2 hospitals there, but I guess he goes back and forth between the hospitals, and mine just happened to be at the Puerto de Hierro at this time. So, and I also got it on June 1st when everything was opening back up. It was actually the first day that they were operating again, and I guess that's just the hospital because it's bigger, maybe, I don't know, where they decided to do it. And the hospital was very clean, nothing like any of the hospitals I've been to here, but they were really nice. The nurses were excellent, and the room almost looked like a hotel room. It was really nice. So how much should I pay? You guys really want to know. That's what you guys really want to know, huh? Honestly, when I was looking at all of these videos, I was looking at how much people were paying too, because you want to know if you can afford it. You want to know what you could save on. And when I first thought about giving you guys the price and how much I paid for everything, I was just going to give you guys the whole total, what I paid in total, but I actually do not want to do that. I actually want to break it up for you so that you guys can maybe see what you guys can save on. Like, oh, maybe I don't have to buy this, or maybe I don't have to do this, or maybe I can, like every surgeon too charges differently. So I'm just gonna break it down. I have it on my phone. I'm gonna put this exact note on the screen right here, so hopefully there's like room for it. How much did I spend on my surgery? So the surgery, obviously they charge you in pesos because that is the currency in Mexico. But the money that I sent over for the actual surgery, because the hospital, so my plastic surgeon actually doesn't include, he doesn't have packages. He doesn't include the hospital bill. He doesn't include massages. He doesn't include your faja. He doesn't include anything, just his work. So what I sent over was $2,295 for the surgery. What I paid at the hospital for the hospital bill when I checked out the next day on June 2nd was $1,200. For medicine and other things that they bought me, I'll explain that later when I talk about the recovery home, I spent $245. For my faja, my first faja, the nude one that I wore out of the hospital, that was a size medium, that was very stretchy and very soft so it doesn't hurt you, was $110. Then I bought a really tight step 2 faja for $95 from the massage therapist that was doing my massages at the recovery home. And then when I got home here in the United States, I decided to buy a size small of my step 1 faja, the nude one, except I bought it in black this time, and I bought it in a size small because I had to wear the tubes, and there was no way I could wear the tubes with the other black one that's really tight, that is a step 2, because they don't fit in there. And when I wore them with the step 1, the first faja, it wasn't tight enough because I had just been I'm just not as swollen anymore. So yes, I had bought 3 fajas, but you definitely do not have to buy 3. I think normally it's just 2. You do the step 1 and the step 2, so definitely don't have to buy 3. Like I said, this is just what I had to spend because of the whole COVID thing, and because nothing here was open at the time. I couldn't do any of the blood tests. I couldn't do my heart test. I couldn't do stuff like that because my doctor's office wasn't open. So this is definitely, if you have insurance, you can definitely go see your doctor here and send over your results to your surgeon in Mexico. I had to do a cardio test. That was $80. I had to do a COVID test. That was $200. I was not upset about that, but I mean, I had to do it, you know, because if it came out positive, then I obviously was not going to be able to get my surgery. Thank God it was negative. But yeah, that was $200. So you obviously will not have to be spending money on that. I did blood tests too. I don't know how much I spent on that because I did those when I went in March. So that was just extra money. I didn't include that in the total, but it was probably like another $80, $90. I don't know. I stayed at a recovery home where for 11 days I paid $1,350, and I will talk about what that included after. I spent $150 on this lymphatic massage that I got here on Thursday of, yes, last week. And the total is $6,737. So as you can see, it's a lot of money, but it is definitely not close to what you would be spending if you decided to do this here, because I only looked at one doctor here. I do not remember his name. I believe that it is PSA California. They're really famous on Instagram. He does an amazing job, but he charges per area, and I believe that's how a lot of doctors do that here. They charge like, oh, if you wanted your lower stomach, your top stomach, the top of your stomach, your arms, that's like a different price. Like each section is like $3,000 to $5,000. So that's just literally the surgery. Like imagine your hospital bill. Your hospital bill will not be covered by insurance because cosmetics, I don't think insurance covers cosmetics. Massages are so expensive here. As you saw, I spent $150 for one, okay? I had all day care, all day, 3 meals a day at the recovery house, like all of that, that's all included in that price. And I just think that it's an incredible price for what I got done and the way that I look now. So I'm very thankful for that. I want to talk about the recovery home just really fast, because if you guys are interested, you guys can message them or call them. They have a US number and a Mexico number for you guys to talk to them. The owner of the home is Tony. He's really helpful, really informative. He's really sweet. So just call him and ask him what it includes. But from what I remember, and I know, it includes all day nurse care, all day housekeeping, 3 meals a day. So, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2 protein shakes. They bring you your Aranica water every day. They are so attentive, so sweet. The nurses bathe you twice a day after your massages. So the package also includes 2 drainage massages and 1 ultrasound therapy a day when your doctor says it's okay for you to start the ultrasound therapy, because it's a little bit different. So on the 3rd day, which is my 2nd day at the house of my surgery, it was my 2nd day at the house, but it was my 3rd day out of surgery, we began the ultrasound therapies. And yeah, so it includes 2 massages and ultrasound therapy. The staff, the ladies, are so sweet. They make you feel so comfortable. They are literally just like not fake sweet. They are just such genuinely nice people. They make you feel like you're at home. I miss my mom a lot, but I had these ladies and they honestly filled the void for a couple days that I was there, and I was really thankful for that. I'll link their Instagram right here, and I'll link their website so you guys can, and their Facebook and stuff, so you guys can contact them and ask them what the package includes and everything like that. Okay. So I just want to talk about really quickly the things that I used, because I did buy a bunch of stuff that I didn't even end up using, like floss, mouthwash, compression socks. I made a list of things, and I'm just going to go through them rather quickly. I'm going to put the list right here. You guys can Google these so you guys can see what they look like. I'm going to tell you what you will need, okay? Because this is very important. Some of the things the home provided for me that I stayed at, and some of the things I bought myself. But either way, if you're going to stay at a recovery house, they will let you know what they provide, obviously, so you might not have to buy some of these things. But if you are staying at home or someone else is taking care of you in Mexico or something and you're not going to stay at a recovery house, these are things that you are for sure going to need. So puppy pads, like women's feminine pads, like when you're on your period, you need some good, like I would recommend the nighttime ones, not like super hefty, long, thick, but just like a good heavy flow nighttime pad. You need medical tape, you need a good faja. Your doctor will usually recommend your faja. Obviously that's what the doctor did for me. He was just like, this is the faja we put on you, and this is how much it costs, and we use this brand and it's so great. And I should actually put the name of my faja right here. The name of my faja is Marena Recovery, I think. They are from Atlanta. My doctor says he's met the company, he really likes them, so I think it's a great faja. It is very nice and stretchy. It's very, very comfortable. It's not like the step 2 kind of fajas that are kind of rough and very thick and just snatch you up. This one is just more comfortable, and I actually recommend this brand. It's a really good brand, and they also have it on Amazon. That's where I got my second one. So you're gonna need some gauzes. You're gonna need some sterilizer. I'll link the picture right here. This is the one that they bought for me in Mexico. I got it in Mexico. I'm sure you can get it here too. You're gonna need some Q-tips for your massages. You're gonna need a nightgown. I recommend a nightgown, even though they are literally so ugly. I honestly thought that it was like the last thing I was gonna choose to wear, but it was just the perfect comfort. It was so soft, it was long. You honestly, when you're in surgery, you don't care what you look like. It was so helpful. And I took pajamas, I took tank tops, I took really loose, big clothing, and that is just the one that I felt the most comfortable in. You're gonna need arnica tea, chlorophyll to put in your water as well, compression socks. I did mention that I bought some myself. I bought 3 pairs at Walmart that I didn't even use because my doctor provided mine. And you are gonna need an amazing person to take care of you, whether it's the nurses at the recovery house or just someone so close to your heart. Like I had my boyfriend, and I'm so grateful, so beyond grateful. This man is like made out of a fucking factory, okay? Like a build a boyfriend, okay? He is just the most amazing, caring person. He never once made me feel uncomfortable. I started to feel bad because I was so like, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? You know, but he never made me feel bad because he is just the sweetest guy. So when you're in a situation like this, you're gonna have to have someone that really cares about you, that's not gonna mind doing every single thing for you. You're gonna need a triangle compression for your back. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. I have mine on right now, and I said I was gonna show you guys in the video, but I completely forgot. It's just a triangle. They sell some at like faja stores. They sell some on Amazon, like plastic ones, or like that are kind of cushioned. But the girls at the recovery home, the nurses, just made mine out of like a puppy pad, and that's what I've been using ever since. It is getting a little bit flatter, so I think I'm gonna go to CVS and buy like a bandage or something to kind of wrap around it to make it a little bit thicker. It helps your swelling on your back so much. It makes your back look like this, like scoop in the back, and then your butt goes out, and it just makes the biggest difference. So either buy one on Amazon or make one yourself. You're gonna need some iron pills. Your doctor will usually recommend those or prescribe those or something, but if they don't, you should definitely take some, because when they're draining you, you lose a lot of blood, and I'm pretty sure blood has like a lot of iron in it, and you need iron. Those make you extremely nauseous, but they're good for you, so take them. You're gonna need some Coke, like not Coke, but like need some like Coca-Cola to drink, or something sweet like a sugary drink, or a rubbing alcohol, preferably both, for when you're getting your massages. Trust me on this, you're gonna need something liquidy and sugary, because I fainted twice during my massages. The first 3 days I fainted twice. The Coca-Cola that I sipped on helped me so much, and the rubbing alcohol that they put under your nose so that you could, you know, just start to feel better and less dizzy during the massages really help. Last thing you're gonna need are baby wipes, and those are just because you're not gonna be able to shower. Baby wipes just kind of help to wipe your butt, to your armpits. If you don't want to shower after one of your massages, it helps to clean up all the blood that's dripping down your legs and just stuff like that, and rub off the oil, because they do use oil on your skin when they're doing the massages. So let's get into the questions you guys asked me on Instagram. You guys asked me how many doctors did I look at. So I believe I looked at, hold on, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4. I looked at 4, including my doctor. The first doctor I looked at was actually my boyfriend's instructor at university. and he was like, I know a plastic surgeon, he does a really good job. I mean, I trust him, he's my instructor, let's talk to him. And so I spoke to him over the phone, I think twice, and he sent me photos, and it was the first surgeon I looked at. So I was like, oh, he does a good job. I mean, he's a plastic surgeon, he does a very good job, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. And I was kind of like, oh, I think I should keep looking. And then I found another doctor, and he does an incredible job. Like, I absolutely am in love with his work. He will look like a fake Build-A-Bear Barbie if you wanted to. Your stomach will be snatched. You just look so good. His name is Hector Beltran. He's very famous in Sinaloa. His work is like incredible. The reason that I honestly didn't go to him was because when I called to make a consultation and talk to him, his assistants, his secretaries, whatever they work extremely unprofessional, and that just gave me a completely unprofessional vibe from him. And I was like, no thank you, I am not going to be, you know, under the knife with someone that works with people like this. So unfortunately, I didn't go to him. Doctor I talked to was Dr. Javier. I really like his work. The thing is, a lot of these doctors don't post what liposcultura is. They post liposuction. So a lot of patients just get liposuction. That's literally just fat, like sucking out the fat, not like molding the stomach. And so a lot of the times you have to go on their WhatsApp, make a consultation, talk to them, and have them send pictures over to you. And then the last doctor obviously was my doctor, Dr. Ivan Fragoso. He is truly amazing, and I'm really happy with my body. Okay, why did I choose to go to Mexico? Because, I mean, I had to hook up my boyfriend's there. I was like, what better place and way to do this and then have my boyfriend take care of me? I feel so safe with him, and it's obviously way cheaper, and I don't think I'd be able to do it in the United States because of the price, obviously. At what age do you recommend getting surgery? I'm not doing this video to recommend getting surgery. I don't think what I recommend is doing whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful about yourself, that makes you feel good about yourself, and that's not going to hurt other people. I believe that you should be an adult if you ever do decide to do this. I think like 16, 17, when you're still in high school, that's really young, and it could be potentially even more dangerous than it is for someone my age right now. Who was your doctor? Was it safe? So I already told you what my doctor was. I think my boyfriend let me know that it's not just because it's plastic surgery, but any surgery, anytime you're going to get anesthesia, very risky. So I don't know how to answer this question. I believe that the doctor that I went to, I was in the best hands. Him and his crew, the hospital, everything was top of the line. How did you know how big you wanted to go? I think that's like for my butt, maybe. I don't know. But I didn't get my butt done. I got my hips done, and I kind of were honestly like a little bit regret not going bigger on my hips, because when they were swollen, they looked, I mean, they're still a little bit swollen, but when they were swollen, they looked amazing, and I love them. But I just got my hip dips filled, so they are going down a little bit. They're not as big as they were before, and I knew that I just wanted the hip dips filled, and I was very specific about that, and he listened to me. So I almost wish that I would have gotten a little bit more. Is the pain similar to PMS cramps? No, this is not a cramping feeling. The feeling, I'm gonna say the feeling right now, okay? The feeling is your skin is so tight. Has your skin ever been super dry, and you, like, if you try to stretch it, it almost burns, it feels like it's gonna tear? That's what your skin feels like after liposuction everywhere. Anywhere you got the liposuction, if you try to go like this with your fingers, it literally feels like you're pinching and burning your skin. When you're laying down, it's not that bad. The moment you stand up, it's almost like gravity grabs your stomach and wants to pull it like a blanket right underneath you. And this is just my experience, but I told everyone that's what it feels like. It's like, that's the only way I can describe it, that someone is literally tugging at your stomach and trying to pull it like from underneath you, and it hurts so bad. If you know me well enough, you know that I have a high pain tolerance, and this was very painful. How bad was the pain? From 1 to 10. From 1 to 10, the pain at the beginning, from not the day I got surgery, because you're still like all like medicine up and you're like, woo, it feels so good. I was like, oh my God, this is not even that bad. I literally told my boyfriend that. But from day 2 to 4, 2 to 5-ish, it's like an 8. 2 to 4 is like an 8. And then on day 5, it starts getting better. If you have kids afterwards and work out, did he say that it would go back to normal? I think she's talking about my waist, because she put that in like quotation marks. He said that to keep my figure, I should definitely live a healthy lifestyle, work out, and eat healthy most of the time. I could obviously binge, you know, the weekends and drink alcohol when it's appropriate, but just overall live a healthy life. and he said that because there's not a lot of fat in the skin around my stomach anymore, that when I do have kids, if I keep that lifestyle up when I'm pregnant, then I can definitely get my figure back. But he says that obviously your back kind of expands when you have a child, your skin stretches. That's more of like a tummy tuck kind of thing after you have kids. So I mean, we'll see. I'm not planning to have kids anytime soon. This is why I did this. I want to enjoy this body for at least another like 9 years. Can you wipe your butt after surgery? No, you can't. This is actually a really good question. No, you can't. So have someone that you're comfortable with to wipe your butt, because sometimes I wouldn't ask them to wipe my butt, if I'm being honest, and I would get kind of like rosada, and it was very uncomfortable. So then I was just like, okay, I have to start asking them to do this every time, because it's worse if you don't. From 1 to 10, how would you rate the recovery process? Overall, the recovery process, it's a tough one. Honestly, I would say an 8, and it's the pain, it's the frustration, it's the headaches, it's the nausea, it's not being able to walk around, it's everything. It's an 8. Like, it's bad, okay? But I'm gonna say it's worth it. Are you sore? Are you comfortable? No, you are very uncomfortable. You are sore, and it's not even, people always describe it as like, yo, you got hit by a bus. It is that, but that's from like the inside, because then there comes a layer of skin that feels like it's going to rip if you move. Okay, you literally have to be like, you don't want to move, because you literally feel like any stretch, any movement, you're going to tear your skin and split it apart. Post-op fluids, there's a lot of fluids, especially after draining. That's why they put the pads over your little incisions where they drain you from, because even after, you'll drain a little bit. Why Guadalajara, not Tijuana or Sinaloa? I think it's because my boyfriend was there and I just felt more comfortable. He's from there, he's a medical student there, he knows a lot of like the techniques there. I guess he just knows so much more about like medicine there in Guadalajara, so I just felt like extremely comfortable. I think that if I maybe wouldn't have had a boyfriend that lived in Guadalajara, I would have gone to Tijuana and gone to the, what is it called, Vive or Lotus, somewhere everyone goes. They're hella bomb there, so I think I would have gone there. What did you tell your parents? Did you feel embarrassed, or do you guys have a really open communication? So me and my parents have a really open communication. I'm just that kind of person. Ever since I was a little girl, I'm always like straightforward, like, oh dad, this is what I think. Even if it's my dad, like I literally don't care. I was like, I want to do this so bad. They thought I was crazy. They're like, go to the gym, you were so thin, do this, do that. And I'm like, honestly, the reason I did this is because this might sound like an excuse. You can take it as you want, but I'm very happy with the way that I look now. I just was not getting the results that I wanted. I was way too thin, and if I wanted a really flat stomach and an extremely small waist, I would have to lose a lot of fat. And to keep my big butt and keep my like thicker thighs, I would have to build that as muscle, and I just don't think that looks good, not in my opinion. I like having like the fat on my butt because that's just how naturally my body is. Me and my sister, my brother, we all have butts like that. So I just wasn't trying to change my body, change my natural body anymore. I know that does that sound like a hypocrite? It does. Whatever. How did I find my doctor? That is a really good question. I literally Googled Liposcultura Guadalajara, looked at a list of doctors, went through every single one of them, went on their websites, and I found Ivan's website. And on his website, they had pictures, they had so much information. I was like, wow, like there's pictures of everything, and there's a lot of pictures too. So I was like, you know what, I kind of want to talk to him. I talked to him, he sent me more pictures, I found his Instagram, and I just completely clicked, and I was like, wow, this is like the doctor I want to go to. Was it what you expected? No, it wasn't at all. I thought that watching 100, literally 80 to 100 videos, I watched these for a whole year and a half on YouTube, that I was like, oh, I can do it. If they can do it, I could do it. They look fine. They'll be fine. They could talk. They don't look out of breath. There's not that much blood. I could do it. But no, it was way worse than I expected. And I'm not saying this so that you don't do this. I'm just telling you the truth. And am I saying it's worth it? I think it's worth it 100%. I know that sounds so bad, especially with the experience that I've had. But yeah, I think it's worth it. Before and after pictures, I will include those somewhere in this video, probably at the end. Do you have plans to get any more plastic surgery? I don't have plans to get any more plastic surgery. I wanted to get my breasts done, but I actually really like how my breasts look at the moment, and I actually think I have okay breasts, so I actually don't want to do that anymore. I think it was just kind of like a phase. I obviously don't want to get something done to my face. I don't know what the future is going to bring. I want one kid one day when I marry my husband, so I think after, I'm just that kind of person. If I don't feel good about myself, if I don't feel and look the way that I want, I will do something to change it and take these type of measures all over again. And even though I had a really bad experience, I think I would do this again after I have kids, not anytime soon. Were your parents supportive? Yes, they were. My parents, at first weren't. And when I talked to them about like why I wanted to do this, I had to talk to them a couple of times. I had to make them understand, help them understand. But after then, they were very supportive. My parents didn't go with me to the surgery in Mexico, so they were here very, very worried. My sister, like everyone was very worried for me, my family. But everything turned out okay, and I wouldn't be able to do this with my parents. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth, my parents paid for every single thing. And they're just those type of parents. Like, they are really, really nice, sweet parents. They really care about me and my siblings, and they would do anything for us. And my parents, thank God, let me do this and allowed me to. And yeah, they were there for me, so I'm really thankful. Okay, here are just some notes and stuff that I put in my phone. The very first note I put in my phone was, "This is the worst thing I've done to myself," and that was probably, it doesn't say what day I wrote that because every time you edit your notes, like the date changes, but it was probably like the second day because that's the day I was feeling the worst, and it was the worst thing I've ever done to myself. I want to talk about the massages really quick. In Mexico, they do these massages. I believe in like foreign countries like Colombia, Brazil, they also do this. Here in the United States, they do not do this. Not that I know of. So they are called lymphatic drainage massages, and I didn't have any actual drains. I think you've seen, if you've looked at like plastic surgery videos before, some people have actual little drains with like a little cup coming out of like their incisions at their lower abdomen. I didn't have that. My doctor left them open, not open, but stitched with nothing in them. And my incisions are actually really small, so I'll try to include clips of those too for you at the end. But what they do is grab oil and they massage your stomach area and your back, and they try to put pressure on the incision so that it opens by itself. And if it doesn't, they have to get a Q-tip. They have to take the little hair off the Q-tip, sterilize the Q-tip really, really well, and poke your incision and twist and turn and get in there until it opens. And the first couple of times, oh my God, they stuck that thing in there, took it out. It was like a hose. It's like I turned on a hose. Water, blood started shooting me right out of my incisions from my abdomen area and the back. And the back feels really weird because the incision that I have in my back is right above my butt crack, so it felt like I was peeing reverse. It was very weird, but yeah, the massages hurt. I feel like I'm gonna get PTSD. Not even that much when they push on your stomach, because you're not used to that feeling and you're very sore. That's why I fainted. After you get kind of like used to that feeling, and it almost feels like kind of relaxing in a way, a little bit. But what hurts really bad is the actual liquid coming out of the incision. It almost feels like the liquid is very, very hot, and the incision's raw, so it's like burning the incision. It just feels like they're holding a lighter to your little incision and they're going, you know, like that's what it's really bad. I also put in my notes that the pain after the hospital is unbearable, and because it is. I'm not a pussy, it's just the truth. Oh my God, the pain in the armpits, in your arms. So like I said, I got liposuction in my arms too because I just wanted to be like skinny all over. Oh my God, the arms are honestly the worst part. I feel like I shouldn't have done them, but I do have a little bit of fat on my arms, so I'm kind of glad I did. But even now, they hurt so bad. Right here in the armpit area where like your arm extends right here. Oh my God, it feels like a pinch, and you have little like scar tissue, little balls in there, and those little balls, even now, oh my God, even now it hurts so bad. Right here, because it's so thin and delicate, you could barely move it because it literally feels like you will tear your skin. So my doctor, not all doctors recommend you use these. I don't know if they all use these, to be honest. I have these tubes that I had to wear inside of my faja that I literally thought were made out of metal because they hurt so bad, but they're actually made out of cotton gauze. Like they're so, I have them on right now. They're so cushiony and soft, but because you are in so much pain and the faja is like squishing the bars towards like your ribs, pushing them onto your ribs, I thought that I was going to die. I couldn't wear them for the first week. I didn't. If you have to wear those, I'm so sorry. I also start to get back pain because your skin on your abdomen is so tight. You don't want to sit all the way up. You're kind of like this hunched over, and your faja, because if you're wearing a full body faja, it's kind of pulling down. Oh my God, your back up here starts to hurt so bad. A lot of people ask, did you get like serious pain medicine after? I didn't. And I don't know if all doctors do it this way, but my doctor doesn't give his patients really, really strong pain medication, because then he says that if something is wrong with your body after surgery, you are not going to feel it because you're not feeling any pain. and you also have to start to get up and try to move around and walk around. You can't just be laying down all day, and you have to start to feel the pain and what your body's actually going to feel like in order to recover from it. Other like kind of uncomfortable stuff, but it needs to be talked about. Peeing and going number 2 while you're recovering and wearing a faja is just a complete mess. So this, if you're going to go do surgery like this, you just can't be an embarrassed person. You can't be shy. You can't be, I mean, even when, I think it's when you're in so much pain, you probably won't even care if you are a shy person, honestly. But you're in your faja, and all of my 3 fajas have a split from the butt to the like vagina, whatever, pee hole. And I think it's because I hadn't pulled the back of my faja. Now I know how to like use it really well because I've been wearing it for so long, all the way back up on my butt, that I had to go number 2. Like the moment I got to the recovery house, it was the second day, they thought it was really rare because everyone gets super constipated after their surgery, but I just had to go really bad. I think it's like from the nerves from the day before. I went and sat on the toilet. It hurts so freaking bad to sit on the toilet because it's just uncomfortable. You don't want to sit. I pooped in my faja. It's just the truth. Even though I was on the toilet, the faja caught it because it wasn't all the way up. So I had to tell Rosie, one of the nurses, to come and help me, and she was like, girl, it's okay. And she helped me wipe and took the faja with the stuff in it and took it to God knows where to get it cleaned up, and she brought it back brand new. So that's just what happens. Also, you do get pee on your faja if you don't sit right. You can't sit right the first couple of days. You can't sit the way you want to sit on the toilet. That is why your faja gets dirty. That's why I recommend someone do laundry for you twice a day. And the constipation after that was so real because you can't use the muscles in your stomach to push, so you're very constipated and there's nothing to help it. But doctors do give you laxatives. I got my period while I was on recovering, and I usually bleed for like 2 days, and I literally bled for 1 day. So just stuff like that, it can affect your period too. Here are just some takeaways from this whole experience that I wrote down so that I could just quickly go through these with you guys. Make sure this is something that you really, really want. Obviously, it's a surgery. You can have a lot of complications like the one that I had recently that I will talk about. So just make sure it's really risky. So just make sure it's something you really, really, really want and you're willing to risk your life for. Like I mentioned before, it's really easy to see other people do it and think you can do it too, but you have to be really mentally prepared for the pain that you are about to endure if you do decide to do this. Wear your faja and get a really good faja. Honestly, your faja while you're recovering is your best friend. When you don't wear it, you swell up and look like a square, and it's not even the way that you look, it's the way that you feel. It's that tight skin feeling again that you can't move at you. So wear your faja. It's gonna help so much with your recovery and so much with your swelling. Get a doctor that specializes in what you want. So if that's breast implants or nose, get a doctor that specializes in what you want to make sure you get the results that you want. The last thing I'm gonna tell you guys to do is walk around. Don't be lazy. I would put my headphones in and walk around the room every day because it does help with the swelling a lot, and it helps keep your energy up. It helps like mentally too, so you're not just laying down all day watching TV. I got so bored of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TV, Netflix, movies, like literally everything. I didn't know what the hell to do anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna start walking around. And the nurses at the home told me that too. So it's really helpful. Okay, so before I go, I'm just gonna insert a couple clips right here. I insert pictures, clips of everything that I wanna share with you guys. Let's go see that right now. Hey guys, I'm back, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was very informative. I always try to be informative, honest, real, and open with every single one of you because these are just the type of videos that I like to watch. I want to know what is going on. I want the 411, especially if you're doing something like this. I think I went over everything. If I didn't, don't be shy. DM me on Instagram. My Instagram's always linked down below. Message me on here. Comment on this video. I always reply. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed and you always watch my videos, subscribe. If you're new, then thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys always watching my videos, and I just really love doing this. So please like this video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.